I got the Starbucks with me. So, you know, I'm late getting this to you. We had some hard luck up here up in our neck of the woods this last week, including, you know, all the guys that died, all the ones you guys already know, Hulk and Ozzy and Jamal and anyhow, I won't go on to that, the family and all that stuff. So, recapping episode 9 of TUF 33, DC versus Sonnen crew. So this last week we had Alibi and Roybert, and you know, this is kind of funny. When you watch these fights and you're training these guys every single day, you know, they all become your... Sorry. That happens. It's Sunday. Anyhow, so you watch these fights and they're never the way you saw them the first time. And I can guarantee you the guys fighting, they probably don't remember them that way either. But anyhow, I saw that fight. I swear that Roybert got hurt when he got hit over hit in the temple with a shot, and it was a knee. But he was doing what he was supposed to be doing. He was scrambling, getting up, and all that. And that's when you get caught. I can remember this going back into fights that my son-in-laws had. I can remember Chael having a fight, and Vandalay pissed at him for holding him down, and they were banging too, or Rampage, or you go back further, Marcourt, all these different guys. What happens is Bisbing, he'll tell you that that's when you get hurt. Vandalay says, well, they asked him why he didn't get up then if he wanted to get up. Well, because he says that's when he can hurt me. He could knock me out or submit me. We'll throw a good duh at that. We all know that. So these guys complain about being down. Well, then get up. Get up if you can do that. Okay, I won't spew on that stuff anymore. One of these days I will. I'll bring a list. I'll go write down all the fights, and then you listen to people say, well, who have they fought? What? Here's a list. I got one for you. So anyhow, Roybert fought good. All he'll do is he'll clean that up. He took a chance, which he needed to do. It's a short fight. We told him to do it. Step on the gas, get up. And he did. And he was throwing some heavy body punches. They were hurting Alibi. And as Uncle Chael said, he didn't have an answer for those. His hands are up. Okay, great fight. Alibi's going on. Now let's move on to this week. We've got Jeff Creighton going against Rodrigo. That's going to be a good one. Just any way you cut it. The fight that Andreas Bender had against Jeff Creighton, they gave to Jeff. Okay, whatever. We're all sitting there looking around going, well, that had to mean he won the first round. We didn't win the first round. The judges said that Bender won the first round. They gave Creighton a 10-8 in the second round. Okay, that's supposed to be for damage or control. Okay, he clearly controlled him. Sure, he had his back. Never really got Bender in danger in that second round, but controlled him. Sure, he won the round. A 10-8 though? Damage? Well, the damage came in the first round. So they're saying that they because he continued to bleed from the cut he got in the first round, that he's continuing to, it's going to continue to bleed until they sew him up, right? So can you really call that damage? He did the damage in the first round and still lost that round because Bender had done more damage. The only reason I'm bringing that up is because you can also go back to the way you view things. You know, I'm sitting there looking at that fight, and I could have swore Roybert got caught with a knee, or didn't get caught with a knee, got caught with a punch. So you see things differently when they're happening than what they really are. And I'll give you an example. I used to have a secretary. Probably not supposed to say that word. Now, is that the wrong word? Well, not if I said it. Secretary. I would send her something, and it might have the 3 numbers on it, 12, 14, and 7. And she would tell me, well, I read that to mean 2, 6, and 42. And of course I think, what does that mean? When you one notch further than that. The old classic one with in legal terms. So we've got issues of fact to take up. We all see a wreck. There's 3 of us that see a wreck, you know, at an intersection. You got 3 different sworn statements. You might have one of them, or maybe 2 of them that are like diametrically opposed. This guy said this guy took off first. This guy said this guy took off first. So they all swear to it. And there might not even be what I call the truth in there. They're dealing with facts. Look up the word fact. Fact sometimes mean the truth, and sometimes it's going, well, is fact and truth the same? Well, no. To me, truth is the strongest word. That means that's what happened. When you're dealing with issues of fact, these three people that saw the wreck, they swear to God that that's what they saw. So are you coming back? If you showed them a picture later that it wasn't what they saw, would you consider them to be a liar or someone that's not truthful? You can't really do that, right? That's what they saw. That's what their mind did to them, right? This is a tough one. Is it a fact or is it the truth? For years, I always went with, well, fact means a fact. That's stronger than truth. But you can look it up in the dictionary and you won't get the same definition. Now, I know Cowboy Steve's here is going a little deep on some of this, but that's how I see that fight. We could have had another guy as at 170. You see things differently. Robert Whitaker did it last night. I had Whitaker winning because he did more damage. Control time, I don't know. If I went back and watched it, maybe I'm seeing something else. But Bobby Knuckles hurt the Big Dutchman, and the Big Dutchman's slick. I like him. These guys he's got appeal. He's going to be good. I agree holding him up against the fence that long. Is that really enough? I'll put it this way. If they'd have said Robert Whitaker won, I don't know that there'd be a soul in the house that would have said a peep, right? Wouldn't have said anything. Yeah, he did win. And I'm going to go back to 5-round fights. Now I'm really switching it up. 5-round fights are tough. He can't go as hard as he can for 5 rounds. Nobody's prepared for going as hard as they can for 5 rounds, even though they do it sometimes. Robert looked like he was 2 wind sprints away from finishing that fight in the 3rd round. He was tired. RDR was tired. Yeah, so there you go. When I rattle this stuff off to you, I know that I'm going from topic to topic to topic to topic. Everybody in my family knows that's how I'm doing. I'm going to cover 16 topics. You're going to be back here on number 1. Might not any of them be right, but if it's my opinion, then you need to lock it in. We don't need to ask anybody else. Don't ask them. It's my opinion, but my opinion's it. That's it. Boom, done. We're done. Don't you like it that way better? It's more fun. Let's go on to another deal. I mean, the Hulkster. Hulkster's been fun for all of us for a really long time. He's been great entertainment. He's a bigger than life figure. You know, I want to get the red and yellow and put it on. I just want to. Matter of fact, I put an old picture up. My daughter got madder than a hornet. I put it on Instagram. It's up there for like 20 minutes. I'm down working out at the gym. You know, I don't take my phone with me. I use an old one and hook up to my, so I can listen to music. And she demanded that I take that off the internet. And it was just a picture with, I got the do-rag on and some old some white sunglasses. Anyhow, that pissed her off. So off that goes off the internet. And I don't know what that had to do with anything. But Hulkster's cool. I mean, I thought he's cool. Hey, brother, what are you going to do when they... Pythons. Check it out. Colby Covington's looking at when we're in the locker room in between fights, and this day I'm wearing, I got boots on. Colby doesn't say much when you're doing, when he's not working. So he looks down at my feet and he goes, "What are those, Cowboy Steve?" So they're pythons. So I got python boots. They're nice. I had them customized. I want to tell you what I did. They make all these boots generic, even though they're exotics and all that stuff. I had them sliced and tapered, so they had a zipper going up the side. Then the heel, I pull that heel off because they have roping heels on them, which are little stupid square looking ones. And I want a riding heel, so I kind of had him do in between. I had him take it and he shaved it so it was shaped the way I want it. Got him at Boot Barn, which Boot Barn isn't sponsoring me yet. It's a huge mistake. I know. I've been emailing with the owner down there. Why not? She's actually the vice president. But you can see I'm off on one today. So this week we've got a pretty good fight, and we probably got a lot of stuff you're gonna have to cut out of this, Jennifer. But I've been off a week. You know, I've been up and down the coast. I've been doing all kinds of bullshit. So anyhow, yeah, when it comes to those deals and on fessing up on how the fights go, I mean, you got to sack up on those every now and then and just say, well, nah, that was a mistake. Can't do anything about it. They happen in the heat of battle, just like somebody cracks you. What are you going to do? You know, brother. Anyhow, to wrap things up here, you know, all the people that everybody that lost a loved one this last week. I know it isn't my job to dive into people's personal lives or I don't mind mine. We can look at my action, but you know, Godspeed, a quick mourn to everybody that suffered a lost loved one, and on to just celebrating their life and the mourning. I hope that mourning's only that long. You know, you owe it to them to not forget them. But they don't want you to sit and mourn for them. Give them their due, and then you know, you loved them, and let it move on. Remember their smiles and the good times they brought you. Don't sit there and riddle up with guilt. That's just you know, that's Satan's trick. You know, if you want to go down there and hang out with a guy that's got the pitchfork and the bad breath and all that, that's a whole nother deal. Don't go there. You don't need to do that. You go the other way, and anyhow, so that's what I got for you, and that right there is not an opinion. That just makes sense. Have you guys seen that Joey Bro? He's on Instagram. Guy's got the long gray hair and singing and all that stuff. I can't help but watch him. So anyhow,